Good morning. Stocks go up, stocks go down, then we see. Okay, interesting day yesterday. Market is running. Do we really rip? Maybe. Do we reverse? Maybe. Here's what I know. What I know is if we go negative today, everything collapses. But the difference today, the banks are running, so we should go higher. In theory, the dollar is better. It's at 111. It was at 115, so way better. Okay? But today the techs are moving. Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Snow, NOW. And we're sitting in NOW and Snow, so we're sitting very nicely. Always have a few puts, one or two. You don't have to have a lot, just a couple, just in case. And then we see. Apple is moving. The techs are moving. If this holds, you got 38.42. That's a ways up there. And then it can fail, and then we see. So now is the news bad enough where they think, oh, Fed is just going to stop this? Maybe. I don't think they stop, but I think they slow down. I think if they do 50 and they don't do 75, and then they say, here's all they have to say is we're going to wait a month, the market is at 4,100. Okay? Doesn't mean everything's better. Doesn't mean their earnings are better. It just means they're not going to destroy everything. Okay? That's what you have to know. Look at First Solar, ripping. Enphase, ripping. Okay? Our Snow very nicely. This Snow, it traded, we tried the puts, and you got what, 60-70% on them if you sold them. But that number, 161. So technically it filled the gap. Now it's back up. If this gets to 183, this got 191, 196 written all over it and fast. And now, remember it broke 417. When it broke 417, it went to 370. It went 50 points. So now if it takes out this 406, 417, 432. Wow. So those 415s that we bought, what, $1.40, they're going to rip all the way to probably $4 really fast at the open. Okay? So stocks go up, stocks go down, then we see. Nothing has gotten better, but the market has got better. Okay? That's all you got to know. Okay? Very interesting. So we bought these 3780s, and so I see a lot of people, but we do this once in a while too. So you go buy things. So like, why would you buy the 3800s? Okay, that's a pin level, right? So you can buy them if they're $1 because they're cheap. They can go to 2 or 3 just like they did yesterday. But it's better. Yesterday I told you could buy the 3680s at 4, and they went all the way to 20. Because if it gets so like today, if we pop and this takes out 3680, you probably at 3780, you're probably at 3792, 93. So once again, 3 to 20. Very nice play, right? Then we see. Okay? But think about it. Yesterday, as bad as the news on Lam Research is so bad, but it went up. It went up 30. And it's up today. And NVIDIA is up today. So regardless of if it should be up or not, they're going up. If they're going up, how far do they go? Does Amazon rip all the way to 125, 126? Very possible, because they're buying techs today. And if they're buying techs, that's a good thing. We like that, right? I mean, we prefer an update. Thanks, Nick. Nick is telling us TTD Investor Day. Very nice. Google 102 at 114. 114 is a big number. It hasn't been there for a while, okay? Netflix looks good today. Netflix is very interesting because even though technically nothing is great at Netflix, they seem to want this to get into the gap. And the technicals seem to want to rule it all the way to 272. So any trade over 252 can run it, but the market has to go. So just remember this. The thing I can tell you today is things can run, but they don't run a second and third day unless the market is going that way. And today the market's going that way, and that's why MDB and Snow is flying. They're both flying. Very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay? And that's what we know. That's what we know. Okay? So let's see. What else? That's about all the news I got. I don't got anything else. Okay? Okay. So let's get started here. Okay, good morning, everybody. 10-4, 10-4. Okay? Beginning of the month rally. How far do we go? Don't know. You got 3,800 round number, 3,852. If 3,852 breaks, we're going to fly. We're going to absolutely fly. It's a reversal point where you can go down 200 off of that reversal. Now just remember, the first bad day we get, they're going to crater it hard. They're going to crater it really, really hard. And they're going to crater the things that shouldn't go up. Okay, so just know that. First solar looks like a breakout today too. Okay, so SPX is up 60 at 60 to this. You got 3680, 60, 3740, 3740. You got 3752, 3772. Okay, upside, upside, upside. Then we see. Downside, 3731. If it fails 3731, right back down. Okay, Regeneron starting to move. Looks like a breakup. 752. CMG way better. This thing came from 1,700. If they like this thing can go right back to 1,600 really fast if the Fed were to stop or slow down. I don't know if they're going to. Just keep an eye on it. Okay? NVIDIA, 131, 136, under 119, bad. Lam Research, 406, 421, underneath 352, bad. Way down there, 352. Okay? Dixie, if the dollar gets down to 110, watch out. It can rip the market higher. Okay? UNH, look at this, back to 520. Anything over 532 can really explode up. Remember, they didn't guide up. Their earnings are coming next week. Then we see. Okay, Apple, 146, 149, under 138. Google, 102, 114, very hard, underneath 98. Pan W, better, 176, 181. Amazon, 121, 124, 126. Sava, not moving, wait for news. MDB, this one can go, 202, 209. 202, 209. Remember, at earnings, hit 230, so it can get back to 230, okay? Then maybe it goes back down. Snowman, watch for 181 instantaneously. If it takes out 181, it's going to have a day of ages. Okay? Netflix, 252. NOW, 406, 417, 417, 417, 417. I'm going to ask you in the room, what's the number? Okay? Tesla, 252, 271. 252, 271, under 232 would be bad. Enphase, 301, 306. First Solar, 142. LNG, 172. Moderna, 126. And Bitcoin continues to go. If Bitcoin were to get to 23, people will come in pretty fast. Okay, that'll take MicroStrategy to 251. Okay, that's what we know. So see if Snow and Now lead with Microsoft and Google today and Amazon. If they move, the big techs are moving. Keep an eye on the banks. The banks are doing well. That's taking the SPX higher. Okay? That's what we know. Everybody have a great trading day. See you in chat.